In this video, we're going to be talking about Leo moon in the 5th house natally and what displacement means. And so if you have displacement, you are in the right place. And with that being said, what does the moon represent in astrology? First of all, well, the moon represents our sense of security, and it also represents our emotions. It can also show our family and our home life because it rules the 4th house, which is about family and it's about the home. But it's just about comfort and security, and it's the things that we defend as well because it's our sense of security. So in this case, you have the moon not only in the sign of Leo, which is about the ego and pride and value, being valuable in the eyes of others, but you also have it in the 5th house, which is associated with Leo. So there is a strong 5th house or Leo energy about your inner self or your sense of security, which is represented by the moon. The moon shows our deepest self, or like our innermost sense of self. And for you are mostly tied to your sense of ego or your role that you play in the world, or your value that you bring to the world. So you're somebody that has this emotional need to receive appreciation for the things that you do, or to receive validation for who you are. And so people that have displacement, oftentimes they need attention from at least the people that they consider their loved ones in order to feel emotionally secure, or else you guys will tend to do things to receive attention. Now also, since the moon shows that the things that we defend, you guys are very defensive of your pride and of your ego. So it can show having a sensitive ego because the moon is about sensitivity and receptivity, and the 5th house is about ego. And so you guys can take things personally a lot of times. And a lot of times the conclusions that you make are always relative to yourself, or they always revolve around yourself, or how you were involved or not involved in the end product, or in the end conclusion, or the end goal. And it all revolves around your role or the importance that you played to things, because the moon shows how we come to conclusions, or it shows our intuition as well. And so it shows how we think things through sometimes, or how we solve problems. Now, with that being said, you would tend to have a strong sense of identity, and particularly your children will feel like a strong part of your identity, because the sign Leo is about children. Now, as I was saying, there's a need to be appreciated or recognized for your capacities, and also for what you bring to the table and what you provide others. And with displacement, since the moon shows emotions, and the 5th house is about a constant state of energy, and it's also about pleasure and pride and passion, this will typically indicate that when you have displacement in the 5th house in Leo of the moon, you're somebody that's always filled with energy and passion. You have a very big heart. Your heart is very generous, and you always have the resource to give of yourself or care for others. And in this case, the resource is energy, because Leo is about energy. And why I say resource is because the moon shows the resources that we depend on. And you really depend on your energy, and your energy is like your biggest resource in life, your character and your heart. And also, when it comes to how you do things in life, you are very self-reliant. You really depend on your own energy. And this comes from a combination of learned self-reliance, but also out of pride. Like, you do a lot of things yourself out of dignity. And that's because Leo's about pride, ego, and self-worth. It's about value. So you always feel like you need to be there for others. And most importantly, you always take care of yourself because you don't like to depend on others. And a lot of times people will revolve around you instead. Like, people would depend upon you or depend upon especially your energy. And this can be your character, this can be your emotional support, or this can just literally be like your work or like your ability to help and serve them. And so finally, this placement also shows that your sense of self is what you perceive others see of you and acknowledge when you have this placement. So you always like to put on display your capacities because you have this emotional need for people to see them, because that's how you feel significant in the world, and that's how you feel like you matter at all. If I really had to sum this placement up in one placement, since the moon shows emotions and it also shows things that we care about, when you have the moon in Leo in the 5th house, this shows this desire to display the things that you care about, and also to express your feelings about things, and to express and share things that interest you. So that's another trait of your character when you have this placement. You may always be showing people things that you care about, and usually you could also be giving things to others, and like there could be an element of generosity as well. You like to entertain others, or you like to give to others, or inspire them, and you're just a very passionate person, and so people like to hear you talk about things that matter to you. So with that being said, that basically sums up what I had for this placement. I hope this wasn't too scattered of a video, and I hope you guys enjoyed and that it resonated. So if it did resonate, or you saw yourself in any way in this video and you enjoyed, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching and supporting this channel in any way that you do. And I will see you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.